All right, let's talk about AI, but maybe not in the way you're used to. Let's push past the hype for a minute, because we need to ask a different kind of question. What if the biggest threat isn't the technology itself, but the choices that we are making with it? Today, we're diving into this paradox of resilience and uncovering the hidden human decisions that are actually shaping our future.
You've seen these headlines. Of course you have. They're everywhere, screaming from your screen. 30 jobs AI will erase. Librarians, accountants, writers, you name it. They're all just listed as, collateral damage in this supposedly unstoppable march of progress.
And the tone is always so final, isn't it? It's presented as this foregone conclusion, a kind of technological destiny, as if some machine somewhere has already passed sentence, and we're all just sitting around waiting for it to happen. But is it really destiny?
Well, here's the pivot. This is the idea that changes the entire conversation. AI doesn't pull the trigger. People do. If a job vanishes, it's not because some algorithm woke up one day with a grudge. No, it's because a human being, a leader, a decision maker, made a choice.
So let's really unpack that. This idea that AI is the main character in our doom and gloom story, it's a pretty dangerous illusion. And it's especially dangerous for anyone in a leadership position. So what's really going on here?
Well, for starters, blaming technology is just convenient. It's easy, right? It lets a company frame a really tough decision, like layoffs, as some unavoidable consequence of AI efficiency. But let's be real. AI is a tool. It is not a strategist. When a company says AI made roles obsolete, they're really masking a human choice, the decision to prioritize cutting costs over investing in people. This whole obsession with progress at any cost, it brings up a pretty troubling question. Are we actually building a future that's just as fragile as it is advanced? Let's explore some of the unintended consequences of our technological choices. Okay, just look at this comparison. I call it the librarian test. To read a physical book, what do you need? Light, and you need to know how to read. That's it. It's incredibly resilient. But to access that same knowledge digitally, whoa. You need electricity, a working power grid, internet connectivity, corporate platforms that can change their terms whenever they want, and functional hardware. It's a house of cards, isn't it? Any one of those things fails, and poof, that knowledge is gone. And this really gets to the heart of the matter. If the progress we're making actually leaves us more vulnerable to disruption, is it really progress at all? Or is it just optimization without any foresight? A short-sighted obsession with efficiency that ignores the long-term risks?
Let's make this even more personal. Think about a family photo album from, say, 1948. You just open the cover and the memories are right there. Simple. Now think about that old hard drive you've got in a drawer somewhere. To get those photos back, you need compatible hardware, a power source, the right cables, technical knowledge, maybe even super expensive recovery tools. It's a digital graveyard, a perfect example of our fragile disposable tech. Again, is this what progress looks like?
And don't even get me started on the cloud. We talk about it like it's some magical, fluffy thing floating up in the sky. It's not a cloud. It's very real, very physical. We're talking massive, power-hungry data centers. We're talking vulnerable undersea cables. It all depends on corporate goodwill and, frankly, geopolitical stability. What happens when that so-called cloud dissipates?
And that right there, that's the paradox we ignore at our own peril. With every single technological leap forward, we create new dependencies, new points of failure. So you have to wonder, are we building a stronger future or just a more complex one that's teetering on the brink of collapse? Okay, so maybe these systems are fragile, but hey, at least they're perfect, right? I mean, AI doesn't make mistakes like humans do. Well, let's talk about that. It's time to dismantle the myth of AI's infallibility. Look, AI absolutely makes mistakes. The industry has a cutesy name for it, hallucinations. That's when an AI just confidently makes something up that is completely wrong. But here's the crucial difference. When a person makes a mistake, it's usually an isolated problem. But when an AI messes up, that one error can be scaled and replicated 1,000,000 times in an instant, with potentially devastating consequences.
So for any decision maker listening, the takeaway here is crystal clear. AI does not replace your experts. It actually makes them more important than ever before. You need that human oversight, that critical thinking, that verification, now more than ever. Blindly trusting an AI isn't just inefficient, it's a dereliction of duty.
Which brings us to a fascinating puzzle. For all the hype and all the money being poured into AI, where are the promised productivity gains? Seriously, economists are looking for them. Are we just in the early days? Or, and this is a big or, is it possible that true value creation, the stuff rooted in human judgment, trust, and creativity, simply can't be automated?
You know, this whole thing really boils down to a fundamental tension. It's a tug of war that every leader, every organization has to navigate. It's the clash between two opposing forces, optimization and resilience. On one side, you have optimization. This is the relentless pursuit of efficiency. It's all about streamlining, cutting costs, and getting rid of anything that looks like waste or redundancy. It's the just-in-time mentality applied to absolutely everything. And then on the other side, you have resilience. This is the ability to take a hit, to bend without breaking. And resilience thrives on the very things that optimization despises: buffers, backups, a little slack in the system. It's the just-in-case approach to an uncertain world. And this comparison just says it all. Look at how nature, the ultimate engineer, builds things. It builds for resilience. We have 2 lungs, 2 kidneys. From a pure optimization point of view, that's inefficient. But it's incredibly robust. It's designed to survive a shock. Now, look at our modern systems. In our pursuit of optimization, we've done the exact opposite. We've stripped away all the buffers, creating a world of brittle efficiency. And you know what happens to brittle things when they get stressed? They don't bend, they shatter.
So, as we try to navigate this new landscape, what is the ultimate takeaway? For you as a decision maker, as a citizen, as a human being, what is the real risk we should actually be focused on?
Because the real danger isn't some rogue AI out of a Hollywood movie. It's much quieter. It's human complacency. It's the slow creep of uncritical thinking, where we start to mistake efficiency for progress and confuse convenience with wisdom. The greatest risk is that we simply stop asking the hard questions.
And this phrase really captures the essence of the challenge. Technology is a mirror. It just reflects our own intentions back at us, but bigger. If we choose to build a future of resilience and foresight, AI can be a powerful ally. But if we only prioritize short-term gain, AI will just accelerate our journey toward a more fragile and ultimately a more dangerous world.
Because if we fail, the consequences won't be artificial. They will be deeply, painfully human. The product of our choices, our values, our vision. The future is not something that just happens to us. It is something we are building right now with every decision we make. The only question left is, what will we decide to build?